This is 4.3, part 2. We have 2 problems left. This application problem says you're 200 yards from a river. Rather than walking directly to the right, you walk 400 yards along a straight path to the river's edge. Find the acute angle theta between its path and the river's edge, illustrated to the right. So we have the triangle, we have the unknown x, and we want to find the angle measure now. So let's label the 2 sides. So here's my theta. What is side 200 called? Opposite. What is side 400 called? Hypotenuse. So of the 3 trig functions, which one would we choose for this word problem? Sine, because sine represents opposite over hypotenuse. So is the way we remember it. So let's just go ahead and write the general equation for the sine function. And then we'll substitute in what we know. So, sine of theta, do we know that? Do we know the theta? Nope. Do we know side opposite? Yep, what's that?
200.
200. Do we know side hypotenuse? Yep, 400. So now, we're not trying to find the length of a side. What are we trying to find?
Degree.
The degree. So what's important with our calculator now? You have to push that second button. So we have to take the inverse of it. So to find angle theta, you take the sine inverse of 200 over 400. Remember, this represents the second and sine in your calculator. So what will be the angle measure?
30.
Above. You got 30 degrees? Okay. So there's the acute angle. Last example. Here's a figure. Solve for x using right triangles below. So we have 2 right triangles, one inside the other. And we have some given lengths. Where are the right angles in this figure? The bottom right-hand corner. Yep. And then right below the 5. Yep. Those 2. So we're going to solve this using similar triangles from geometry. I'm going to draw the big triangle first. That's the big orange triangle we have here. And then where's the other triangle? Yep, inside it. Similar triangles, they share the same angle measure here. And they both are 90 degrees. So then the last side has to be equal. So the 2 triangles are similar. So I'm going to just draw a picture of this smaller triangle and the bigger triangle. And I'm going to put the pieces in. So let's talk about the green one. What's the height of the green triangle? 5. And what's the base? 9. And then in the red triangle, what's the height? X. And what's the base? 27. How do you know 27? You have to add 9 plus 18. Gives us 27. So now we have to set up a proportion to corresponding sides. So if I say 5/9 is my first fraction, where does 5 correspond with? What side? X, the height, yep. And 27 then corresponds with the base. Now we have a proportion. How do we solve this for x? Cross multiply. So 5 times 27 equals 9 times x. What's 5 times 27? 135. And then what's the next step? Divide by 9. So what's 135 divided by 9?
15.
What is it?
15.
15?
Yes.
Okay. And what's our units?
Inches.
Inches. That finishes our lesson for today. Next slide has the assignment. On page 287, it's 1 through 4, 9 through 15 odd, 57 through 60, 62, 64, 66,